what's up? I'm Dan Lowry, owner of GTT Performance Center, and in this week's most Googled fitness questions, I'm going to be answering one of the big ones that gets punched into the Google search algorithm each and every day, and it is, what is the best form of training for weight loss, strength training or cardio? Now, in answering this question, I think it's first best to get some clarification around the terms here, but also what each style of training does and how that works then in the big picture. So first up, within strength training or resistance training, there's a whole heap of different things you could be doing. You could be doing traditional bodybuilding style training, you could be doing powerlifting, you could be training with kettlebells, you could be doing circuit-based training where you're using resistance. Now, the main adaptation that happens to lifting with resistance is the body has to become, it has to develop thickness and resilience to overcome and resist those external loads. And what happens here is essentially in your recovery process, the body thickens or increases cross-sectional area of the muscle. It also increases cross-sectional area of the tendons and connective tissue, and it also increases thickness or density of the bones. Now, this process has many, many health benefits for all ages and all genders. Firstly, when we increase bone density, that makes us more resilient later into our life. When we increase the density or cross-sectional area of connective tissue, that makes us far more resilient to injuries. And when we increase the cross-sectional area of muscle, we get stronger, but we also increase our metabolic rates. What that means is that we're going to be able to burn more body fat or more calories, more total energy at rest and while we're working. So if we look at how that benefits fat loss or weight loss, what it means is that we can absorb more calories. Each day we can eat more calories before we hit that point where we start storing body fat. Now, that's a really good thing because obviously we get tired, we need fuel, we want to eat, and we're all human and we get tempted by things, yeah? So if you're doing resistance training anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week, you're going to be burning a whole heap of energy while you do it, but you're also going to have more of an afterburn effect afterwards. So you're going to be burning through those calories at rest, you're able to absorb more calories before you start putting on body fat. Now, part of the recovery process from lifting weights is that your body's repairing and remodeling and rebuilding, and so a lot of those calories that previously might have been stored as body fat leading to weight gain and now being diverted into that very energy demanding process of replenishing and repairing your muscles. So that's a very important role that resistance training plays in fat loss or weight loss. Now, regardless of if you're male or female, this is going to lead to positive outcomes or beneficial outcomes when we look at how your physique changes. Let's now look at cardio, and from there I'm going to bring the two together. So when we do cardio, we're obviously burning more calories per hour than resistance training while we're doing it. Cardio is a very different, it has a very different physiological process. So when we're lifting weights, it's very anabolic. When we do cardio, it's very catabolic. For optimal health, we want to be doing a bit of both. Doing cardiovascular training burns calories. It also puts the body in a state of autophagy. So this is where essentially the body is doing a spring clean, cleaning out old, dead or decaying cells and doing a bit of a clean out process. Now, that's very good for health outcomes, but also along the way here, we're burning through calories, burning through stored fat, burning through muscle glycogen, which once again, all has a very positive effect on body composition. So body fat's going to come off, weight's going to go down. Now, as much as anything, cardiovascular training is also leading us to the all-important factor that we need to achieve on a daily and weekly basis for weight loss, which is getting into a calorie deficit. So that's expending a little bit more energy than what we're consuming. So if we consistently do that, regardless of if we're doing weight training or cardio, our body weight is going to go on a downward trajectory. So we are going to lose weight, we are going to see body fat go down. Hopefully we can lose weight without necessarily losing body fat, it can just be body mass that's going down. And by having that calorie deficit and expending more than what we put out, than what we take in, we are going to see the scales move in the right direction. Now, that expenditure doesn't have to come from cardio or strength. It can come from general activity. So people who have active jobs tend to be better at managing a healthy weight range. So that can be steps, it can be being on your feet at work all day, it can be playing sport, it can be doing any other kind of non-exercise activity. Now, if we're looking at the big picture here and bringing this all together now, what I would recommend for anyone, and this is from a weight loss perspective, but also just building or developing a better physique, it's that you have a bit of balance. You know, both of these training modalities are going to be really, really good for long-term health outcomes. So doing, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 strength or resistance type training sessions per week. So that's going to be doing some compound lifts, squatting, lunging, deadlifting off the floor, pressing and rowing. This is going to be really good for increasing lean muscle. It's going to help your physique look a lot better. And when you couple that with the health benefits and the calorie expenditure of doing some cardiovascular training, which is going to bring body fat down, you're going to get less body fat, a little bit more lean muscle, and the benefits that come with, well, you're going to get weight loss as part of that. But if you don't get weight loss, you're going to see massive physique changes. So your body's going to look a lot better. You're going to look like you've lost weight. You maybe put a little bit of muscle on and you've lost a little bit of fat. Those two things can cancel each other out, but lead to very impressive changes in how your body looks. If you can do that 1 to 3 times a week, so 2 to 3 strength, 1 to 3 cardio, and then plenty of non-exercise activities, so taking the stairs, getting a little bit of extra walking in, maybe playing a sport or doing something like that, you're going to see the best general outcomes when it comes to how do I make my body look better. All right, I hope that answered one of the most Googled questions we see regarding fitness, and I hope it gives you a little bit of clarity moving forward.